Now, if someone turned around tomorrow and said, "You idiot, of course it's real. Here's how you prove it," and they gave me a decent demonstration, I'd be like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you're an idiot. You would deny." No, I wasn't. I was just asking him to prove it by a standard that I can understand and appreciate, that's not riddled with fallacy.
Doesn't exist.
It's worth a few billions of dollars per gram.
I think it's 1.2 billion or 2.1, something like that.
Weight.
Fast
I
forward.
couldn't hear any of that.
Fast forward to 2525. Did you know that they sold that for only 25 billion? God, they were so stupid back then.
Yeah.
It's plutonium was the most expensive
Oh, here we go.
because they had to bombard atoms of uranium and different things, and it cost them so much to make grams of plutonium until they worked it out.
Says who?
What?
Says who?
Sorry.
Says who?
Oh, no, that was true when they were figuring out how to enrich or make atom bombs cheaper, because the original atom bomb was created if you put 78.6 kilos of uranium in a chunk, it would go fission. It would go reactive and melt down and explode.
Really?
The first uranium bombs were actually two chunks of like 30 kilos each of uranium, and they just smashed them together.
Really?
And that's why they were fairly dirty.
Let me just try this way. I'll juxtapose that with my story of how the most explosive material on Krypton was when they merged adamantium with kryptonite, and the ensuing explosion was beyond all comprehension. How is my story any different to yours?
No, that is true. That was the Manhattan Project.
His uranium came from Uranus.
Guys, let me just respond with the same rebuttal you gave me. No, that is true. It did happen that way on Krypton. They did do that.
Well, thank God, because we would have never had Superman.
Let's not get into the semantics.
That's how the first uranium bombs worked. The first atom bombs worked.
Yeah, that's how the first adamantium / Krypton bombs worked. That's how they worked. Do you see how I'm just using the same thing you're doing?
And now we got all the uniform.
I'm talking reality.
Okay. Says who?
Then they put a plutonium trigger in.
Oh God!
That could make plutonium.
Okay, and then they put an unobtainium trigger in the adamantium kryptonite bomb.
Well, what are you saying, Nathan? That atom bombs didn't work that way?
Have you ever
Lead
seen
is
a
just depleted.
demonstration?
Exactly.
Guys, hello. Have you made one?
I know how they work.
How do you know?
The original atom bombs, yes, I know how they work.
Yeah,
And I know how. And I know how.
How do you know?
And I know how they do hydrogen bombs as well.
Yeah, I know how they do adamantium bombs. How do you know?
Okay.
But you're saying adamantium bombs like that's a joke.
Well, beyond mate,
That-
beyond my rebuttal, which was the same as yours, which was that's just how they work, that's how they did them. I just know that's just reality. That's what you're giving me, and I'm giving it you straight back, and you're objecting, which is a bit frustrating.
Well, you can go and look it up.
You can go and look up that. You can go and look up the adamantium kryptonite. You can look that up too. It's very well documented.
Well, how do you think the first atom bombs worked?
How do you think the first kryptonite bombs work? They're very well documented. I've even
there is no
my friend.
kryptonite bomb.
Don't
There's the
get
first atom
annoyed.
bomb.
You don't need to talk through me. You can. I can. Would you like me to provide you with video footage of these adamantium kryptonite bombs with the unobtainium trigger? Because I've got video footage and it's extensively documented. So that's the standard, is it?
We talking X-Men or
No,
reality?
I just said
other
that
words,
the
you're saying
first
you're
atom
full-
bombs
you could
were
be full of
made
shit
by
for
doing
all you
that.
know.
That's the
Are
way it
they?
works.
And you've made them that way?
No.
So
But
how
that's
do you
how they were
know?
made.
I've asked you 4 times and you just tell me that's how they're made.
Well, how is your touchscreen made?
I'm not talking about my touchscreen. I'm talking about you saying that's
Well, you
what
can't
atom bombs
explain
are.
that.
You've made the claim. You've said you know. That's how they are. How do you know?
And I said that
He'd have to kill you if he told you.
76.6 or 78.6 kilograms of uranium
Yeah,
pushed
that's how it's
into.
supposed
Sorry,
to
my
be.
friend.
You know what
Listen,
they
stop.
told you.
Stop. How do you know? Isn't me
create it.
detailing? Stop. Me detailing how much kryptonite isn't me telling you how I know that the kryptonite does that, or that men have done it, or that there's been the effect that's described.
So you're just denying what I'm saying. That
No, I'm
how
asking you
the
how you
first-
know. I haven't denied anything. I've asked how you know.
because that's the way science describes it
By who?
by the scientists that made the atom bomb.
Oh, right. And you've verified this how?
So you're denying what I'm saying.
I haven't
You're
denied a
producing no
thing.
evidence to
Hello?
deny what I'm saying.
I haven't denied anything. I've asked you how you know about your claim.
That's ridiculous, Nathan. That's really ridiculous, mate. I'm sorry, but that's silly.
No, that's called
I can't make
empiricism.
my own atom bomb. Have you? Has
Empiricism.
anyone else? Has anyone else made their own atom bomb here? But the atom bomb was made.
You're
and
the only
that's
one
how
claiming it.
It's made.
You're the only one claiming it.
No, that's,
Hello, stop.
well, that's how.
Stop.
Well,
Hello.
well, you
Hello.
tell me how it was made. Will you tell me otherwise how it was made?
That's called a burden of proof reversal fallacy.
No, that's called truth.
You're
Because
demanding that I
we all
give it
know
you. You're
by
demanding I
science,
provide it.
by-
My friend, this
by
is
the
going to get
papers.
tedious if every time I talk, you talk through me. No, you're challenging me to provide the evidence. That's a burden of proof reversal fallacy.
No,
Or
no,
stop.
I'm not. You're challenging
Stop.
my explanation
Hello?
of it,
Hello?
which is well known.
Hello?
science.
You are the one making the positive assertion. The burden is on you to
You're
prove it.
challenging
I'm
my
asking
claim.
you.
Sorry,
Stop.
Nathan, but
You
you're
stop talking
challenging
through
my
me, my friend. It's getting very irritating. The burden is on you to prove this claim, not me. Not me to disprove it either, right? If you want to provide evidence, I'll look at it. I haven't denied anything. I'm asking you to back your claim.
And I have. By
Is he
stating,
talking about splitting the atom?
if you look anywhere in nuclear physics, they will show you how nuclear fission is produced.
According to what they say.
Show you. Actual
They
physical
can
show
split
you?
the atom.
Does it physically show you? Can you demonstrate it to yourself in a laboratory that it works?
Oh yeah, I'll go and buy 80 kilos of uranium, shall I? And show you.
And you just believe
No.
As
them?
long as I
Oh,
can
my
do it on
bad.
your front
Oh, and
doorstep.
you expect me to go to Krypton? Oh, how unreasonable. So, yeah, I can provide a standard that's on Krypton. Therefore, completely unreasonable for you to suggest that I prove my claim. But when it comes to you, oh my God, you've got to get uranium.
So you're denying the atom bomb exists?
You're the one claiming it does. It's up to you to prove
Are
it.
you denying
Sorry,
the atom bomb exists?
I'm denying that you've provided any reasonable evidence that I would accept.
Well,
'Cause you
didn't
have-
Hiroshima do that? And Nagasaki?
I denied it,
Right.
and I will deny it. Dynamite.
I think
So
the point
you're
is
denying
that
you're denying atom bombs exist.
I'm denying
you?
that you've
No.
proved to me what you've claimed. That's what I've
Are
haven't
you
had
denying
sufficient.
that atom?
And every time I point that out, I get talked through, right? You know that you haven't provided a decent enough standard here. I know it also, but you're going to continually fundy mute me pointing out that you haven't provided a sufficient standard and say, well, you're denying it. Well, no, I'm asking you to back your claim. And when I do, I get constantly interrupted when I ask. I don't get
I
it.
can't. Okay, go and look up the Manhattan Project. Go and look up how the first uranium atom bombs were made.
Why? So I'll
And
compare
it will
it off
provide
like you
you
have.
evidence.
Why?
It
So
will prove. It will
why?
prove my
Hello?
evidence.
Does it have an end to your sentence, or does it just continue through my
It'll-
response? Hello? You've got to stop talking at the end of your sentence. Right. So why would I go and look at the Manhattan Project? So I can prattle it off like you have, like a parrot? Why? What's in there?
You're asking me for proof.
That's right. Sorry, are you asking me with an exasperated tone why I'd want proof? Yeah, that's the standard.
No, I'm saying that you've asked me for proof. but
Yeah.
I'm telling you how it worked, and it's open public knowledge.
Oh, really?
And-
It's open public knowledge that we're on a sphere with a molten iron core and a radius value and a bloody geometric horizon, and that the sun is hydrogen burning in a vacuum in violation of natural law. There's a lot of things that are common knowledge. So when people come with these outrageous statements, I ask them to prove them, and they point me in direction of their rhetoric and storybook. No thanks.
There is no outrageous statement. It's the fact that that's how the atom bombs were made.
Nathan's point
Very
is
easy
that
to
all you-
understand.
I see. I
And
just have
very
to
common.
accept your baseless generalization and stereotyping fallacy that I'm disagreeing with it because I'm what? Some crazy notion of somebody who's in denial when it comes to your storybook.
Well, if you don't agree with me, explain how an atom bomb works to me, mate.
I don't
Wait.
know that such a thing exists. You've not proven that it does.
So you are now denying that an atom bomb exists.
Tell me what it is.
Are you denying that an atom bomb exists?
I've not experienced one, and neither have you. So what is it?
You haven't answered my question.
Sorry, I
Are
did.
you
I said I haven't
denying
experienced
that an atom
one.
bomb exists?
I'll repeat my answer because I specifically stated I have not experienced one. Neither have you. And then I asked, what
Right.
is it?
Well, why
claimed
don't
to
you
be
go
a
and
type of
explain that to the
explosive.
people of Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
What about them? Sorry, does that prove A-bombs exist?
Yes, it does.
Sorry, you don't think there's
Really?
other
They've-
bombs?
you
That
know- you-
specifically proves that that specific chemical process or reaction is actually that reaction because you say these people died because of that reaction. No, that does.
know
That's
how
a
many
non-sequitur.
tests of
My
atom
friend,
bombs
this
and
isn't a reasonable.
thermonuclear bombs
Mate, what's your
have been
problem?
made
My
on
friend,
the
my
face of
friend.
the earth?
Hello. What's your problem? What is your malfunction? Why is this a constant? You interrupt me when I respond to you. Why is that happening?
Go.
I don't need permission. I need you to shut up when I talk.
Go.
No, I don't need permission. I need to have an understanding that when I next talk, you won't talk through it.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so we're back to...
No problem.
Okay. That's a non sequitur fallacy. It does not follow. The fact that you assert this specific type of reaction, chemical or otherwise, I don't know how you describe it, but that specific thing doesn't follow that which occurred, documented in history, proves that chemical reaction, if that's what it is. What is it? What type of reaction?
May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So it's not a chemical reaction. It's a nuclear reaction. So by what you're stating, you are denying that nuclear reactors and nuclear power plants exist. Is that what you were stating?
What? That's something else.
No.
That works differently.
No,
Sorry,
no,
that's
it's not.
another-
No, it's
it's
not.
another
It's a fission-
non-sequitur fallacy.
It's a fission reaction. It's
Another
a fission
non-sequitur.
reaction.
So it's another non sequitur fallacy.
So, no, it's a fission reaction. Are you now stating or claiming that nuclear reactors, nuclear power plants don't exist? Nuclear
Sorry, do
bombs
they?
don't exist.
Sorry,
Is
you
that what you're
have.
stating?
No, I'm not
I'm
denying
asking
it.
a simple question: yes or
Yeah,
no?
I'm trying to answer. No, I'm not denying
Yes
it.
or no?
I'm asking if you can validate that process, as opposed to the existence of what are labelled nuclear power plants. Have you personally verified that process?
How in the fuck am I meant to fucking validate.
So no would be the answer then. So you see how you haven't validated it, I haven't validated it, and there's nobody here that's validated it, yet you see it as unreasonable that I would want proof of it. No, I don't see that as unreasonable. And I haven't had this is not my first rodeo with a wanker talking through every second word when we most recently had an agreement that you wouldn't do that, wanker. So you are a wanker, now constantly fundy muting me despite our agreement that you wouldn't do that and talk through every word of my response. Yeah, so you have made it plain. I'm going to kick you out if you do it one more time, scumbag. I'll make my response. This is your last opportunity to not interrupt me. If you do it again, you're going to get removed.
Fair enough.
That means shut up. I'm not being subtle. I won't say it again. You'll just get removed.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, when you declare that you have not validated this, and neither have I don't see it as unreasonable that I ask you to validate it and prove that which you are claiming. Beyond your non sequitur fallacies that buildings prove this process, or what was the first one we detailed? Bombs prove this process. Now, I don't accept that, and you haven't validated it. So, no, not unreasonable to suggest it. Don't get exasperated and tell me that I'm just a denier when you haven't proven it and it's your positive claim.
Can I respond?
You already have. You've explained that you cannot validate it and haven't.
May I respond?
Well, it's the end. You haven't validated it. It's not unreasonable to ask for validation of it.
It's sort of fair enough, but at that level of radionuclear bloody, of course I can't validate it myself.
Why'd you believe it then?
Because what else produces an explosion like a hydrogen bomb?
Sorry, that's a non sequitur. Non sequitur
No, it's
fallacy.
not.
Sorry, proving what else could or couldn't be akin or alike with a correlation doesn't prove this assumption you haven't validated. Yet we're still at the same place. Non sequiturs aren't going to get you there, mate. My question stands.
Your fallacy arguments are a basic fallacy in themselves.
Sorry, we're going to get into... Sorry, my question still stands. It's not a fallacy. You have to prove the thing true for it to be a fallacy. You haven't done that. So it's not a my friend, I'm responding. That means shut the f*** up. I'm not going to ask you again. You're an unreasonable prick. Okay, prick? That's what I'll refer to you from now on. As he interrupts me again, he's a prick. Okay, prick? So, now, without choice, got to use my mute button on you, prick. Because you keep talking through me, prick. So try not to talk through me, prick. Yeah. All you've got is a load of fallacies. Now, for it to be a fallacy, that would be to suggest that I've used the fallacy to describe something that is inherently true. Therefore, me describing it with fallacious logic as false doesn't stand because it is in fact true. Has to have the premise as true proven in the first place. You haven't done that. So this is not a fallacy. Now that little segue into detailing what a fallacy is, for you, the prick who keeps interrupting me and using fallacy for something he hasn't validated, is unreasonable. Very unreasonable. Now, it's not unreasonable for me to ask you to prove your claim without a constant string of interruptions and demands that I'm a denier. No, I have a certain standard, and if you're going to claim something's real, you better damn well prove it, not just say that you can't, but it's unreasonable to deny it because you already know. And then offer up a load of fallacies, and in defense of your fallacy claim, I'm using a fallacy. Also wrong. No, I'm not. You haven't proved your claim in the first instance. Fallacy to take effect. Okay? Dick?
May I respond?
You're a dick.
May I respond?
You're a dick. Do you understand me, dick? Full of fallacy for your belief in something you haven't validated, in this case, hydrogen bombs. Yeah, you've got a little belief, like the people who come here with globe beliefs. That's what you've got. And because you've got a little belief that you're holding on to, you're going to constantly interrupt, fundy mute the crap out of me while I point out that you're holding on to a belief. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
May I respond, Nathan?
What, with your belief?
May I respond?
You're constantly interrupting me, right? So when you ask me for permission, I will berate you for the constant string of interruptions I've had while I detail your belief, held without any evidence, without any validation, without anything that you have done to prove it to yourself, let alone me.
May I respond?
Just a whole lot of trust in authority.
May I respond, mate?
Yeah, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Can I have 2 minutes here to respond?
Sure.
Nathan Oakley. All you do is yell and abuse.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, you pathetic loser prick.
Wow.
You're going to start with a string of ad homs here, you losing twat. Yeah, you've got a fundy fuckwit belief like all the Globe believers. You're going to try and fundy mute the crap out of me berating you for your ad hominem attack in lieu of an actual argument here, you fundy belief holding prick. Yeah, you appeal to your authority in your storybooks and then ad hom me when I pull them apart and embarrass you for being an interrupting little prick with a belief that you still hold on to. You're a prick and you're about to get removed for your non-stop interruption after an ad hominem fallacy. What you've done is ad hom me, you pathetic prick.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you're going to get removed. Come back another day, you prick. Yeah, you lost badly and then started to ad hom me. Total prick. When you lose, you start that. Not because you've got a Globe belief, but because you've got a belief. And someone points out how you've got a belief and how you haven't validated it and you're holding on to your stories.
It's not evidence. I can read about it, but that doesn't make it evidence. I can't validate it. I haven't seen it validated. There isn't validation enough for that. I mean, that's all it was. It's like he should have just gone, all I can give you is that, and left it at that.
It's okay to be wrong. You're not always going to be right. And
I'm not saying he's
people
wrong.
just can't accept it.
He might be right, but the standard provided wasn't of that. I have no interest in that subject. None. But I just hear a claim and go, oh, claim. I don't care what it's about. I go, all right, give us your evidence for your claim then. Do I give a crap about bombs? No. Don't give a crap about energy production? No. Couldn't care less. What I hear is, ka-ching, somebody making a claim. All right, go ahead and back it. I can't. Are you denying my funding? I couldn't give a crap. No, I'm not denying it. I don't care.
I thought it was weird how we would tie in nuclear reactor function with atom bombs when it has nothing to do with one another. Like, it's not the same effect. And hey, I think that uranium rods do indeed heat water, which are used in a turbine, and that is a nuclear reactor, basically. That doesn't mean that if you put the rods together to this weight, it's going to suddenly explode. It's weird how he put it all in one heap.
I don't understand how people hold such beliefs to things like that and get so agitated and annoyed when someone just points out that, well, you haven't necessarily validated this now, have you?
I think when someone starts saying, do you deny this? Do you deny this? At that point, I think what it is that they're one of those things where the tactic comes natural because somebody can't understand how you're not accepting their evidence. So you have to be denying things because their evidence is not evidence enough.
I would have just answered yes, right? Because I'm not on that tactical level as Nathan keeps.
I'm not denying it, though. I just want to go off what Brian said. Exactly, Brian. I have no interest, right? I don't care. Now, if someone turned around to me and said, you idiot, of course it's real. Here's how you prove it. And they gave me a decent demonstration, I'd be like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, but you're an idiot. You would deny. No, I wasn't. I was just asking him to prove it by a standard that I can understand and appreciate that's not riddled with fallacy. Right? That's it.